right, a very beautiful morning to everyone watching NTV and Spark TV. Mbaniriza nnyo bakwano ninga go amawulire agaliwo over the weekend twafunyemu ekikangabwa mu ggwanga kitenzi landfill collapse. Yes, byabaddewo era abantu ne bafiirwa obulamu. Twalabyeko headline mu mawulire mu monitor nga bagamba eno nsobi ya gavumenti oba just bulagajjavu bwakulembeze n'ebitongole ebigeza kukwataganya ensonga eyo. Weewaawo waliwo ebintu kugamba ebyali bibeerangawo nga kino kyonna nga tebinnabaawo mu 2016 KCCA eyalina okugjawo abantu abo ebatwale maybe somewhere oba n'okukiggala ekifo ekyo naye munange bagamba nti okusingula abantu abo okubajjawo n'okugalawo ekifo ekyo nga beetaagisa ssente mpitirivu nnyo era ne batakiggala. Weewaawo ebintu ebyabaawo mu myaka ejaddirira 2017 ne wabeerawo era ebyali eyo Ethiopia si waliyo landfill collapse era nga bino byennyini byabaddewo mu Uganda byali e Ethiopia 2017 abantu bangi nnyo ne bafa ng'ovuddeawo 2018 era ne wabeerawo landfill collapse endala mu Mozambique era abantu bangi ne bafa. Weewaawo bino byonna byanditulaze nti waliwo kye twetaaga okukolako maybe kugamba ku ggwanga ngaffe mu kiteezi landfill tuweko bye tukola naye ate mune tetwabikola. Yes, wazze wabeerawo ko ebintu ebyenjawulo nga Deputy Executive Director wa KCCA agamba nti era baali bakimanyi nti ekifo ekyo kijjudde naye ate nga tebalina ate kyebakolawo nga bagamba ssente tewali. Naye nze ngamba ebintu nga bino okubaawo mu ggwanga ndoza twandyeresezza ebintu ebimu nga kangeza oba okutwala okuleeta parliament closer to people okugitwala mu buli district. Ssente ezo twanzitadde mu bintu ebiri urgent because munange obulamu bw'Abannayuganda tuli mu bufiirwa mu bintu ebiteetaagisa munange kati ng'ebyo twantadde ssente mu bintu weebityo instead of okuzonoonera mu bintu ebitaliimu. Weewaawo tuyita ebitongole Ministry of Disaster Preparedness tuveeyo tukwataganyize wamu bannange tulabe nti abantu abo tubasenga tubatwale in the designated place in Mukono. Weewaawo maybe rescue abantu abagezako okutaasa abantu abo bali mu kukola buli kimu kye basobola okulaba nti bataasa naye ennamba y'abo abaakafa abaafudde ekyeyongera. Tusaasira nnyo famiri zaabo abafiiriddwako abantu abo tusaba emyoyo gyabwe Mukama ajuumuze emirembe bambi. On a lighter note, tukwebaza nnyo okulaba program era twabagamba emage account tunoolya screen yo waliwo QR code just scanning and then oteekemu endowoozayo about the thoughts that the shows that you want to see, the guests that you want to see on the show, ebirowoozo byo topics zoyagala to discussing wano ku show byonna tujja kuba tubi appreciating. Weewaawo waliwo abantu abaweereza obubaka bwabwe ngenda sobako bumu na bumu olwakadde naye tuyina Mugisha Prosper Avanansana Kabulegwa. Yes, every life matters. NTV is the only reliable source of information. Thank you so much, Rendo Zayo. Mugumi Nicholas Ava Rubirizi District. Gamba, keep watching NTV because it's the educative channel. All right. Mohuma Isaiah Chengera Gamba, greetings to everyone. Mukisa Avachitende Gamba, continue to watch Mwasuze Mutya. It's a good program. Wow, thank you. Mukulu Cheyune Vakawempe Gamba, to be responsible for what they hear because at the end of the day you become that. Okay, webale nnyo Murungi Jonathan Abinansana agamba keep watching NTV. Yes. Nakate Sharifa Avantebe Baita agamba togere ku bya relationships yebijja muyamba. Naluwu Rosemary Namugona agaba Namungona agamba Stella nze abuuza singa nali mukozi wa kitongole mu company emu and I no longer work with the company and I haven't reached the age mwezikirizibwa okufuna sente ezo sente zange zisigala zikula. Okay, ebyo tujja kuba ndoza tuddamu ebibuuzo ebyo nga tukyasiza abagenyi ab'enjawulo abakwataganya kwezi ensonga. Namanya Michael Abakaza District agamba NTV always. Kankomao for now nja kuba neyongerayo n'abo abantu tumwebale nnyo bambi okugabana naffe ebirowoozo byammwe. We shall keep reading your names and your thoughts and where you're from. Keep it locked on NTV and Spark TV. Today we are talking about beauty with a purpose. I have the beauty queens in the studios with me. They look amazing, they smell amazing, and today we are going to understand together emirimu gy'aba Miss Uganda, gy'aba Miss Elite, Miss Popularity, abawala bano bebatwala mu Miss Uganda pageant. Emirimu gyabwe gikola gitya ye Bannayuganda mubitegeera bano abaana bye bakola ye impact gye babeera nayo mu society etegeerekeka, you know, the effects, the impact gye balina eri obulamu bw'abaana abakyala n'abavubuka mu society mu nsonga ezimu oba endala bitegeerekeka. Weewaawo leero katubyogereko tuli ne Natasha Nyonyoze, all the way from Kabala district, and we have Letaro Priska Queen all the way from West Nile. We are going to be talking beauty with a purpose. Tovao pakasa tano ezokumacha. My name is Mwasuze Mutya. We are back. Thank you so much. Ngoya katwega tako. Tuline beauty queens in the studio. Tulina Natasha Nyonyoze, Miss Uganda 2024-2025. And she was also voted Miss Photogenic. Yeah. Miss Photogenic, Miss Uganda, hey! And then we have Letaro Queen Priska. She was elected Miss Elite and Miss Popularity 2024, and she's Miss Uganda West Nile. This is Terego, yes. But now, Mwasuze Mutya, but dear, sweet, and you guys look amazing.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Okay. Mwasuze Mutya.
We got that beauty sleep.
I know. Whenever say you guys slept for 15 hours.
18. Mine was about 18 hours.
18 hours, wow. Okay, but this is your program. Okay, so mubuza kubatulaba. Musobola ne mulimi lwammwe. Nze mbabuuza dda mu Luganda kati nawe buuza mu Rewa, mmwe naabuuze ku Rewa. Pa abafaani bammwe bali mu kulaba. Ne mami ne daddy ne baganda bammwe, they are all watching, so please.
Okay, bafewo n'abanyabo n'abalamusya nga barakureba NTV Lizoba kandi nembakunda munonga amazina ganje nenye Natasha Nyonyoze, Miss Uganda wa 2024-2025, Miss Photogenic 2024-2025.
Yes, thank you. Okay.
Azimichi, West Nile, Letaro Priska Queen Patience E, Materego Zambani, Menga, West Nile District ya, Mavini, Menga Vini Terego, Melibe Kaldrinialu, Ma Aikosi, Imuzo Diami representative.
Oh wow! I didn't want you guys to stop talking, but now we are so rich in language.
Yeah.
I tell you guys talk with grace. Baba training. Now we're going to read this is going to be a nice one. Huh? Okay, Natasha, to you. Tugenda kwogera about beauty with a purpose, and I think that has been the theme ya Miss Uganda pageant, I think, for the longest time. Oh, first of all, so katutumire ku Miss B. Oh, mama, Miss B, mumutumire ko because nze kati nzani.
Mama tukutumide na tukwagala nyo. Thank you so much for making us what we are and who we are. We appreciate you so much. Wherever in you.
Thank you, Mama, for bringing our dreams today to where they are, and we are going to do our best. We promise to make you proud, and thank you for being our mother.
Hey, that is nice. Miss B Kajambo. Yeah, I've worked with Miss B. She's a great actress.
She is.
Yeah, come on, I was scripting Ajikutewati. Yeah, I've worked with her, and also greetings to Stella Nantumwe, Nyamate Mariam, and the whole team that is really making sure that young girls, you know, bakwata ku society mungine mubendala. So to you guys, what is beauty with a purpose? This theme, or like about Miss Uganda pageant.
So I believe pageantry is one of the few things that gives girls a position of leadership. So in that place, you're able to bring sustainable change, positive impact in your area, wherever you stay, oba mu kyalo kyo kangambeze mva Kabale. So I can go to Kabale, I can, you know, find out what's that problem, what's the main issue that they're facing. Like, as Miss Uganda now, I'm not only representing Kabale, now I'm representing the whole Uganda. So we shall visit every region, you know, just bringing sustainable change and impact to Kurabati. You're improving people's lives in a way that is positive.
Okay.
What you choose, sir?
It's beautiful. Okay.
I mean, the common way everyone says it, like, beauty with a purpose. You're not only beautiful, like, here. You're also beautiful in your heart. Once you're beautiful in your heart, you're able to do, like, beautiful things for people. You look at your community. As for me, I look at myself being, like, someone that the younger generation looks at. Yeah, so it's about giving your all to your community, serving them, volunteering, stepping out there and offering mentorship programs to the young girls, inspiring them to take on their dreams. So yeah, beauty with a purpose.
Yeah, that is it. Thank you so much for explaining that. And I think it's agenda ko wala nyo wano mukuzalibwa. You know, when someone says Masaka, I come from Masaka, by the way. I crossed Rela. And I remember my childhood. And all that. So when someone says Kabale, what do you remember?
What do I remember?
About your childhood?
Of course, you know, it's very beautiful. There's very many hills and landscapes. It's beautiful. Even the weather isn't as bad, I would say. Echirara, of course, you know, we're known for the land of potatoes.
Nice. Yes, of course.
You know, we grow some crops. So it just reminds me a lot of that, even culture. Echirara church, Oksabanyo. I remember my grandmother really loved going to church. And our home in Kabale is just opposite. There's a church there.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, it just reminds me a lot of all of that. Yeah, the food, the people.
Okay, that is nice. Okay. And West Nile.
West Nile.
Yes. The food.
The food. Nang nang. You know what nang nang is?
No.
You know that tiny fish that is bigger than silverfish?
The connects one to silverfish.
And I think of that. I think of the people.
Nice.
The West Nile people are very beautiful people, very united. Like you can literally see through them. Very transparent people that live together, very united. So I think about the people. I think about the beautiful city of Arua, where I grew up from. Yeah, and little adventurous places that we have in West Nile. Yeah.
Okay. So before the show started, you told me you went to St. Lawrence.
Yes.
Crown City.
Yes.
Okay. And I think I saw one of your videos and you were saying you went to Rainbow and then Nabisunsa Girls.
Oh, yeah, that was for my A-level.
A-level. Okay, it was a tangira mu A-level, and then we see how school was. You know, tugenda kumula mukatono. Never to come out. There was a tangira. All right, Shonda Chakubiri, Dachika. Oh, it's 9:32 a.m. It's a beautiful Monday. And we have beauty queens in the studio, Natasha, Nyonyozi, and Letaro, Queen Priska. We're talking beauty with a purpose. And bade batuwulira muko engeri, you know, bochi bachitegeera mu beauty with a purpose, bachi nyonyode bulungi nnyo. So katulabe nsoma yaabwe yali etya okutuuka, because me I believe nti omuntu eno gyava mu kusoma and all that, shaping somehow the path, somehow being a contribution to nako, you know, where you go next in life. Yeah, so again, Natasha, okay. Miss Uganda, Wasumeko Rainbow, and then Nabisunsa, how was school there? Tetugenze Riona, because I know it's a long story, but tutanikira mu high school, how was it?
Kati mu high school natandikira mu King's College Bodo, that's where I did my O-level. Then I later moved to Nabisunsa for A-level. But it was a good experience. Jukira mu O-level in King's College Bodo, nali mu Interact Club, swimming clubs there. I used to swim captain for the girls because I enjoy swimming so much.
Okay.
Yeah, nali military club, so I had a position there. And actually together, sometimes we join with the Rotary. Together to have like orphanages. I remember one time to again the Sonia babies home. We visited them. Together we tunga sukari, some clothes. So I think even that charitable heart, from that time it has always been there. So even joining this now, the challenge into Chipia, it's something I'd already been doing and I enjoyed doing it. Yeah, so naigabi jing and yo chidada. Then after that, that's when I joined Navisonsa. Now it's different because it's just girls. So even being in the boot camp, I didn't have my already because I knew how to handle the situation of being around girls.
True.
Okay. What was your single school?
Right. Just I wanted to change the environment, and let's see what it's like.
Yeah, and it was quite a good one.
It was good. I enjoyed my experience. Yeah.
Okay. Kula nosanga abalenzi tobagamba, hey.
Because I was already used to it.
Yeah, because previously you were in mixed school.
So, and I think it's predominantly boys because the biggest percentage of students is boys in King's College Budo. Yeah. So by the time I came this side, it was a switch, but
it just got it on. Okay.
Katayange area beach unique. So I went to, for my O-level, I went to 3 schools. Okay. The first one was St. Mark's College, Namagoma. Okay. That was for my senior one. I didn't really, like, I don't know, there was something that didn't sit, I don't know if it was because it was my first year of high school. I wasn't a bit comfortable. And then I didn't have OGs, you always want to like have that nice company. And then I told my father that I want to change school. So he took me to Our Lady of Good Counsel, Gayaza. That school shaped me spiritually and taught me very good manners. And Catholic schools, how they are. They will teach you very many things and then they'll put you in that spiritual mood where you get to have like that heart that cares for people as well. While there, we also visited schools orphanages where we helped people and all that. And after that, I went to Crown City. Oh my God, what everyone says about St. Lawrence schools, like it's life.
Yeah, I know.
It's life. So there is studies, but then the life there is so nice. Yeah,
it's like conducive. You study, you have fun, like everything is given to you.
Exactly.
Yeah, all spheres of life.
Yeah, so that was like my senior 4. And then I went to, food is my area of expertise. I love food. So because even while in my high school, Nali in Sobam, foods and nutrition, and I took it seriously. Yeah, so I told my dad I want to do vocational instead. So I went to Makerere Institute for Social Development and took on my hotel management course. So I got done with my certificate, and right now I am currently doing the diploma. Yeah, and this has taught me a couple of skills, and I've opened my own business called Her Wings, where I prepare chicken wings in different flavors and sell online.
Oh, and it's called Her Wings.
Yeah, Her Wings.
Okay, is it on social media?
Yes, it is.
Okay, that's good.
And also, what I've been doing recently, like in the West Nile region, ever since I got crowned, I've been doing a little outreaches here and there. And before all of that, I make sure that I prepare something and then package it for like the kids.
For where you're going.
Yeah, so I find love in sharing food with people, and that's how I spread my love to people.
That is nice. That is nice. You've started working at a very young age, and we wish you the best. Tutegera nti muntu mnaiwatandika ku myaka ejo. Ugenda tukeringa tebina kutamala kokola sente and so okubezawo obulamu and it's good you're sharing. Natasha, is there anything you're doing?
Yes, so I graduated last year with my Bachelor of Science in Accounting and Finance with an honours, and that was at Coventry University in the UK. I did that for 3 years, and I moved back last year after my graduation. Nentandika practicing, so nali nkola accounting, nkola mu accounting firm. Ngobulamu obuntu azawe bacho. Ekirala nange nina business, bagiyita Girl Hive, relocated ku Chisementi. So it's a beauty store. Tulaba ntunge bya makeup, skin care, accessories, bags, shoes, ngevyo. Yeah, so that's what I was doing.
So kati wano ndowooza Miss Uganda pageant tuuse omujja w'ebirowoozo ebyo byogamba tumanyi naye oba ngende, you know, mwakitandika mutya okuyingirayo?
So nali njagala kikola for like the longest time. Era nga ndaba previous queens olaba kye bakola, impact gye balina, bakoma ne batandika zi foundation nga nange kyengomba. So balina age limit ya 18 to 26. So awo nali maliriza S6 nga ndi 18 awo nengamba the next year that's coming, no genda next year. But the next year was 2020. That was COVID. Now never Sara. But so I left Uganda at the end of 2020, around October, November there. So that's when I moved to the UK. Of course, kusoma. So I believe this is something God put on my heart. Why don't you go and try? Why don't you go and try? But even in the UK, there is Miss Uganda UK. So Nendo was like, I can go and try this out in the UK and we see how it goes. Then Nenkubira mama wange nemugamba mami. Chimanyi njagala kola kino kalagenda mu mpaka za Miss Uganda. Nagamba ekyo kirungi naye mwana wange sooka osome. Baliriza osome awo oli waddembe okola kyoyagala. So my degree was 3 years era nensoma. I couldn't wait to finish.
I know you couldn't.
I couldn't wait to finish.
Yeah, it was cool.
So after I finished, I moved back to Uganda. So that was one of the reasons I moved back. And I was thinking if I did it in the UK, most of my family is here. Because now they would have to catch flights to come. Support. Yeah, but I'm glad I did it in Uganda. The most support came from here. Like it was, the support was a lot. It was overwhelming. So I think it was the best decision to do that. And even when you win in Uganda, that you go to Miss World. So I'm glad I listened to my parents. Now when I moved back, that was 2023. By the time I came, they had already crowned Hannah. I'll wait for 2024. So immediately when I saw that such is on, then to come then take an application form. Then okay.
Friska.
Well, as for me, from long time as well, I've always told myself, I think it's from Stella's year, I was like, I want to be so much like Queen Ella. And in school, people used to tell me, you look a bit like Queen Ella. And I would say, no, you're lying. So I remember I went to the library and I was seeing her pictures and I said, I want to be like this lady and I'm going to contest for Miss Uganda. And I kept on telling my mom, Mommy, what will you do if I become Miss Uganda? And she'll be like, imagine me, mother to Miss Uganda. I know, right? And then, I mean, when they started searching, I used to even ask like the previous queens before, like Whitney, I would text them and ask, do you think Chisobola, do you think I can be Miss Uganda? And then she would be like, yeah, you can. Of course, they'll always be there to inspire you to take part. And for me, from a long time, I've also looked at like the Miss Uganda pageant as a beacon of empowering girls and nurturing their dreams and their aspirations, right? So when they started when they said the search is on, I remember a few people reached out to me and they told me, so the search is on. And my friends from last year's contest, they would tell me, you can do this. And I'll be like, do you really think I can do this? And they'll be like, yeah, you can do it. It's about like 7 people reached out to me last year and say, the search is going on, you can do this. So this year I say to myself, I'll do this thing and get it out of my bucket list, right? So when they say regionals, it's better to start from the regionals and then you have like a bigger chance. Then I said, hey, they booked my ticket to Arua. I traveled in that night, and then day 1, day 2, day 3, I was crowned Miss Uganda West Nile.
That's big.
That's so big. And then I remember before then I'd asked my dad, you know, fathers. Yes, I told him that, is it okay if I can take part in the beauty pageant, because I don't want to go out there and then I'm appearing on TV and then he's against it and all, and then he'll be like, what about school? So I texted him, and then he didn't reply. Then second day I texted again, he didn't reply, and then I waited.
You sent you an emoji.
And then he blue ticked. He blue ticked, and then I remember, you know, how we try to convince them in a way. Hey, Daddy, I believe what elders see while seated is not what young ones see while standing. And then that message like caught his attention. Katina, then he replied me. Then he told me, I don't know much about beauty pageants, but if it's something that you've always wanted, why not? Then that is when I said, hey. So I called the bus station and I told them, I'm booking this night, I'm traveling to Arua. So when I was there, I looked at the girls, it was a competition. I looked at the girls and I'm like, well, there are few, like I have to make sure that I get this chance to get. So I was aggressive. Anytime they would ask, who can do this? I'm here. I'm here. I was very aggressive with it. And by second day, I started feeling like, I can actually win this. So I remember the day of crowning, my family was there to support. Like the whole room was filled with my family. And I didn't expect it. I even had some friends that traveled from Kampala to come that side.
Oh dear.
Yeah, so you're on stage and everyone is screaming, contestant number 8, contestant number 8. And I'm there like, okay, I'm contestant number 8, right? So I was very happy. And then coming to the regionals, of course we had to be there to also take part in the auditions that were happening here. And as much as I was already I'd already made it to like the boot camp, so I was there, and of course there's a lot of like learning you have to, and also like self-preparation, like am I ready for this? So after that, of course we went for boot camp, and the boot camp experience is like the best boarding school I've ever been to.
Right, yes.
I mean, in Asimu, you have your grub there. I mean, you're living freely, you're dressing up and learning a lot of things. It was very nice.
Okay. So on boot camp, Mwali 28, and then you became 26. Okay, so the training there, zaddenga nakiza omwana agende mu boot camp nakole byonna tusigire ekifaananyi Omunnayuganda akitegeere bulungi nnyo. What happens there?
Okay. So I'll start by encouraging parents to bring their children to pageantry, especially Miss Uganda. And it's the most prestigious one in Uganda. Like they concentrate a lot on health and wellness. Twali tuzuka kumacha like 5:30 there. Netutandikane workout for about an hour 45 minutes. Of course you go freshen up, breakfast. After breakfast netugenda mu class. So try to in class in Zanjawulo. Like there was public speaking how to conduct yourself in public, how to address the public. We also had financial classes. How do you save? How do you budget? We had also, what else? We had different activities. We had like a sports day. We had top model. Yes, anyway, it's not concentrated on modeling. Was at pageants, they only concentrate on modeling. But that's just one of the activities. What else did we have except modeling? Top model. Talent night. So there was a week where we'd have to practice, and
and in talent night Isn't that your favorite day of both of you?
I mean,
I think it was like that day where you don't have to speak.
So just but there was a lot, honestly. I can't even explain everything, but there's so much. How do you treat people around you? Do you respect your elders? Tell you to call CRS? Yes. Like we would go to different communities. So there was a Chereka D. You go and empower them, you encourage them to stay in school. Then to again set her free. It's a home for disadvantaged girls or women, those that have teenage pregnancies, early pregnancies, dropped out of school. You take for them some gifts, you just empower them, remind them that it's okay, no pushing, business business owner again and after you studied you can start your own business. It was a lot when I tell you, but you live when you've changed mentally.
Okay, Kale, one more competitions were final, of course, Mugen's got this final day to choose the winner and to choose Miss Elite, Miss Popularity. Babalondera still on the same day they choose Miss Uganda?
Yes.
Okay, so bichi bako considering
Katicha Miss Popularity, so chigenda ku votes. Like the person that wins, excuse me, the person that wins the most votes, agenda to title Miss Popularity. So that one we usually know it even before the grand finale.
We knew it the day before when voting closed.
Because voting closes on Friday, and then finale
when voting
is Saturday.
closes, you guys know the results already.
We
already know the results of woman Miss Popularity. So Miss Popularity automatically goes to Miss Elite.
It's one thing.
But also, while they were crowning me Miss Elite, they say the most active person during boot camp. So I think it also comes along with that.
Most active person,
wellness.
Okay. Yes, everything you're involved in everything pretty much.
Present.
Okay. Kale, you're crowning Miss Uganda. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes. Whatever predecessor will be a caller and all that, and Gwenolonda or Kugamba representing autism. Okay, so to put it about autism and why
why autism?
Yes.
So autism is a neurological and developmental disorder. Of course, it's affected by like your mental illness maybe. Senti olimugu waddalu omanya abantu balowooza waddalu bamuloga. So there's a lot of misconception about it. But like my project is mainly to create more awareness, because this is something not a lot of maybe Ugandans know about or speak about. Era kubeera mu nsi z'abazungu olaba nti yo bakitwalanga priority. So even when you visit the schools, they have like assistive technology that can help children like this. Say if you're deaf, what do you say if you're maybe blind, like if you're to sit an exam, there's something to help you just be able to go ahead with that. So nachirabire negamba name Uganda bidotebiyo. So that is creating a more awareness abantu bachimanye ntijabiri, because about in Uganda 88 out of 10,000 people are diagnosed with autism. With the highest cases children. With the highest cases coming from the eastern region and the central region. So but then of course you don't concentrate only on those two, you have to go around Uganda at large, because now you're trying to reduce the amount of people being affected. Because when you treat it earlier enough, it helps. But now the main reason we have to create awareness and even to empower them children like that. One of the greatest scientists, Albert Einstein, he was diagnosed with autism, but I don't think all that, and he was able to do all of that. And what's interesting is that children with autism usually have a high IQ. So all you need to do is just push them, empower them, remind them that even them, they can take up space in the community. And also to see that they're being given more employment opportunities, because people like this, they don't believe in them. They don't give them the chance to work or show their potential. So to push that forward and just remind people it's okay to be like that. If you created you like that, then that's it. There was a reason for it. But what inspired me the most to do that was Muto wange, the one who comes after me, Bamuita Ethan. Bamu diagnosing autism at the age of 4. So nakula naenga mbiraba, you know, the challenges, everything that affects them. So it's something close to my heart. Era when banda bo mwana ngali wacho
close to you. Okay. So far mutuse wanacho mutambode ebitundu bingi mu Uganda nga mugeza ko creating awareness about autism and all. Nigoloza tuli receptive about that particular topic?
Of course sinyo kubanga abantu baloza kino kyabazungu.
Autism, you know, there are lots of bintu ebitategeka bebakola naye accepting anti katono mwana wange ajja kuba bulungi ngenda mukuzanga abana abala.
So even with this is just to remind the parents that please keep your child and just love them, embrace them the way they are. About they take them to orphanages, but that's not right, you know. Your child is your child, and God gave you that child for a reason.
if it treated early, it is also one.
Yeah, if you can treat it early. Of course, it doesn't go away completely,
yeah,
but it
is manageable.
It's manageable. Yeah, it will help how you conduct yourself, because usually these children find it hard to maybe communicate, or even in class, they learn things a bit slow.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can always help them.
Of course. Kale webale nnyo okukwatako ensonga enkulu ennyo bwetyo mu society era kasuubira nti abazadde bali mu ku NTV Mwasuze Mutya right now ne Spark bawulidde message era bagitutte bulungi. Letaro, you're a nutrition enthusiast. Nogamba nti kati emmere omuntu ng'egyalyamu emmere emu-affectinga eng'egyakolamu emirimu gye, their health, even when as we get older bitulya nabyo ndowooza bitwaffectingako.
Exactly.
Yes, so waliwo ki walonda eyo side ey'emmere?
Well, mainly I stand for financial inclusion through empowering the youth through climate smart and tech-based solutions. I am a proud daughter to a farmer, and while growing up I have seen everything that he has done and how he has embraced sustainable practices that are protecting the environment. So why I was standing for this is because, I mean, Uganda is a pearl of Africa. We want to continue seeing Uganda as the pearl of Africa. So sustainable practices for a better Uganda, a greener Uganda, right?
Okay.
So that takes me also to being a nutrition enthusiast. I love food, is my area of expertise. And I know everything that deals with food. So I look at also the community I come from. As a nutrition enthusiast, how am I going to be of help to people of my community? So being a nutrition enthusiast, I am going to encourage people in my community to eat well, tell them the benefits of nutrition. More so, I think it's much better when you start by, let's say, advising mothers to feed their children so well, to prevent all those deficiency diseases and all children growing up so well. Also, like when you give people the knowledge about nutrition, they put it into practice, right? And also advising them about different diseases that can come about if they don't feed well. So everything about like nutrition, yeah.
Okay. All right, mwebale nnyo for those beautiful causes. Bannange walina okubayo omuntu adisayimusa ekigere n'agamba nti nze kanyumire okulwa kino tulabe nti waliwo enkyukakyuka mu ggwanga oba ne mu communities gye tuva. Omunnayuganda ali yalaba ku Spark ne NTV yandyebuuzizza nti kati balonze Miss Uganda, waliwo Miss Uganda, yes, 2024-2025, and tubeera ne Miss Uganda West Nile. Abaana bali mu advocating, for different things. Natasha represents, she's advocating for autism, and then Letaro, she's a nutrition enthusiast n'ebirala bingi nnyo bya climate change. Naye kaakati omulabi waffe yandibuuzizza mukola ki mu society? What do you do? How do we feel that impact nti Miss Uganda akoze kino agenze eno lye tubigoberera tutya? You understand? We tugenda okutandikira tugenda omulamu katini tunywe ku mazzi n'abadde ka chai ka espresso temulaka kwanza ka kati mulemu katenda tugenda kukomawo. Right, sawa. Okay, dakigambe zagala okusawa nya kiro kyaffe ekyokusatu tuyimudduka speedi abaana bali mu kutunyonyola ebintu ebyenjawulo naye tujja kubanga tubyogerako byonna. Weewa tusimbyeyo nga mbabuuza mulowooza Abannayuganda abali eyo bategeera omulimu gwe mukola yoba impact yomuleeta mu society oba bakitegeera Miss Uganda?
Ndowooza si bangi abakitegeera naye tujagezaako kunyonyola kati I would say ng'omuntu wa bulijjo aba tasobola genda mu parliament agambe awandiike maybe letter agambe njagala mu supporting kino kale kisoboka naye era ndowooza response eba si amaanyi nnyo, it's not coming as quick as you would like it. Kati woba olina title eno Of course, it comes with a lot of value and respect. Now, as someone as Miss Uganda, you can write to the government and say, I would like support with this and this and this. Project here, I do intend on working hand in hand with the government, especially the Ministry of Education and Ministry of Health. Even when it comes to the health sector, so that we're able to see more health personnel that can diagnose or treat the autism or any special needs children. And you're able to just create sustainable change, something new. If there was a problem that wasn't being addressed, you're able to address that. You can go down to the rural areas. Like Miss Uganda as a foundation, it partners with Richer Hand Uganda and Wells of Life. So these are people that empower the youth in everywhere that they can. They'll go and visit Bagende Mubyaro, Abanda Babuala visiting, empower them to stay in school, Babawa sanitary towels, scholastic material, you never better just to see that the girl child is going to school. But era nafuna chibuzo nyungu Rachi mufokasinga ku girl child yeka ate boy child but now waliwo Mr. Uganda era bakati launchinga this year. So yeah, it's not just empowering the girl child only, but also the boy child. So yeah, abanda bobulezi mubalete mu Mr. Uganda.
So in this if you're 18 and not above 24 25,
I think the same, 18 to 26. Yeah, so that's the main point, just empowering the girl child in everywhere that they can, and seeing that there's change, giving women the opportunity to take on leadership positions, trying to create gender equality or gender balance in a society. A lot of the times, of course, most of the positions are held by men. She's taking space. So that's the whole point.
Okay. All right, thank you so much. Alicia, what do you think about that?
I think not so many people know about Miss Uganda, like the purpose of Miss Uganda. That is why people have misconceptions about the pageant itself. I remember when I was, I think the first days I was on social media, when people would post me and all and say, oh, vote for her for Miss Uganda. Of course, not about very engagement. Ugly, like engagement, and then the ugly comments there. And then you're like, oh, okay. But then also, like, at that point, you've not yet gone for the boot camp, you've not yet known further, but for you in your mind, what you mean into, like, this is like a pageant that is there to empower girls, like I said earlier on, nurturing their dreams and their aspirations. So I'll talk about where I come from. Not so many people knew the importance or the purpose of the pageant. But after this whole thing, I think very many of them do understand it, and I am going to do my level best to ensure until they know that the pageant is a platform that empowers young girls, inspiring them. And also, I used to think that it's all about you just sleep, like be a beauty queen, go there on stage, flip your hair, catwalk. But it's so much more. There is volunteering in your community. That's what Tasha was saying, Queen Tasha was saying. The volunteering where you go to communities, reach a hand, and then you make sure that you teach, you live when you can leave an impact in the society. And
also projects volunteering with Richer Hand Uganda. So kusigira omnayoga nekifananye abitegeere bulungi nnyo. Ebintu nga kibi like volunteering work mu districts oba nga mukola ki?
It's we reach out to communities, most so communities, the disadvantaged ones now, and then we try to talk to them, positively talk to them about, of course, life. And we reach out to girls that are young mothers, say differently abled, and we let them know that it's okay to be in certain situations, and you only just talk positivity to them and just morale boost them, of course, to study, stay in school. It's okay to have your child, now raise your child well, business, all those things. Like, you bring all those ideas to their minds, and you just like put yourself in their shoes and try to relate with them, and also helping them with like different basic needs that they would need, like for example the pads. Very many young girls out there do not get to use a pad like the way it's supposed to be used, right? So that is why we reach out to communities, we help them with some pads, of course some food items, let's say sugar, soap, those just basic needs that people need. So it's like giving back to the community, and also, you know, they inspiring them, having like one-on-one. We went to Reach a Hand, yeah, was it Reach a Hand? Set a Free, sorry. And then we were able to like have one-on-ones with the girls, and you would find them saying, I want to be like you, and you just tell them it's okay, you can be like me, but you know, you have to do this and that. So just inspiring people. Yeah, there is so much when you inspire people, they get to know that, oh, okay, I can actually do this, I am capable of doing this. Yeah.
Okay, in this whole thing, what do you have a child oba abawala abalina low self-esteem, but because of where they come from or because of their upbringing, and they can't come tebasobola kujja maaso ne bagamba nti nze nsobola okubeera omukulembeze, nze nsobola okubeera Miss Uganda and all that. Golooza omuntu engeri bamukuzamu ne culture java kirina engeri playing that a part in, you know, the achievements or failures in life.
Excuse me. Yeah, and those actually engage which playing a part. You know, there's a way it affects them, how they, you know, how they, what they think about themselves, even the misconceptions that may be there. But insecurities, you know, go to insecurities, but sometimes people don't even see it. Go with catch it. So it's all about believing in yourself. You know, you fight for your space, and like just wherever you can see, you can bring positive change. Go there and do it. You know, it doesn't matter what you look like, where you're from, but even then, that's the importance of boot camp. How to fight for your space. Public speaking, you address them. You address it in a powerful way. You know,
You're
confident. So they instill that confidence in you to let you know that it doesn't matter where you're from, who gave birth to you, what background you have, you just come and speak.
Exactly.
Say what you have to say. We have freedom of speech. So come out, address whatever you need to address. If it's an activity you need to carry out, do it in the most powerful way.
Don't
keep quiet. Keep your mind. Talk about it. So even during the pageant, there were some people that their projects were related to maybe personal situations, say maybe like sexual assault or addressing sexual abuse. Usually it's them that have experienced it or someone close that they know. So don't keep quiet about it. Address the issue.
Okay. All right, but do it.
Well, as she said, it's embracing, and then embracing who you are, and then speaking out. Like freedom of speech, you just say things the way you think they should be, and also advocate for them the way you think they should be. So
okay, mwogera ku insecurities naye of course webatekayo ekifaananyi kya Natasha olwoba ne bamcrowninga. Social media of course has a little bit of engagements era zezimu and you get sumuna Uganda onoche how do you kugamba oddamu otya, how do you respond to negative comments and what do you do to keep motivated?
Of course. Abantu bagamba bitu. You know, people spoke a lot.
But of course, like in any other field anyway.
In any other field. Even before I entered the pageant, so it had always been there. At the end of the day, you're entitled to your own opinion. But it had always been there. People were speaking even before I was crowned. Between a class specifically for that. Is how to handle yourself, like, because they know definitely when you're out in the limelight, abantu bagenda kuvuma, bagenda, you know, baba wache bagamba. But you're taught how to handle the situation, if it's good or bad. You know, usually you don't respond back. You let them say what they have to say. It's okay. So I think one of the people that I look up to is Michelle Obama, the former first lady, and she has a quote that she usually says, "When they go low, you go high." So when they went low, I went high. I didn't say anything. I didn't respond back, and I do my best not to look at those comments. You know, I don't look at anything that's going to put me down or put me in doubt. tebefaako nnyo so aboogera boogere.
Naye still when those things like some of them are too harsh in that buddayo hano n'okirowoozaako ko n'ogamba no at the bigger picture.
Yeah, you have a bigger picture
because oli omuntu wakuvumye naye maybe talina na bwali.
Because at the end of the day, I don't think if they ever were to walk in your shoes, they probably wouldn't be able to handle the situation.
It's big.
And God has a reason why He does the things He does. I'm a believer in purpose. Kama kuteka muchi for a reason, you know, so you fulfill a certain purpose. And I believe I'm not here by mistake.
Exactly.
So if I took the crown, then now what can I say?
Hey, these girls are cool, I'm telling you. They came for you, huh? They really came for you. All right, later.
Well,
go buy you Uganda now, of course.
I want to go
Okay, buy Uganda, and how did you respond, and how did you keep motivated?
Okay, so how I kept motivated is me, Nzenganze, I know who I am, and for me, I'm that one girl that like sits down every day and I just tell myself, Queen, I know who you are, and I embrace who I am. So I know things that I'm capable of and things that I'm not capable of. Being on the spotlight attracts all kinds of opinions.
Of course.
Right? The people who support you, the people who say negative things about you just to bring you down. And you know, it's been a long time, like a whole month of social media, you know, you post something in your TikTok, someone just says, like, the biggest one was telling people I'm 21 years old. No, you're so big, you're tall, like your body. I'm like, I remember that time, I didn't respond or anything. So what I would do, just for my mental health, I would like delete a comment that someone writes, right? So I'm like, so maybe the next person that sees and wants to say something positive doesn't find something negative and say, hey, let me also say something negative. So I remove it. And then my family also kept on, you know, talking to me and telling me, you don't have to reply to people. Like, let people say, like, when they say something negative about you, ignore it. And my father is like the first person that held my mental health like this during that entire time. He would call me and he tells me, okay, I want you to do this and that, don't focus on this. In his busy schedule, he would call me. So I would say, if my father is the one telling me this, so why am I minding about these people, right? And also my best friend, she would send me things that people are saying negative, and I would tell her, why are you giving them your energy? Don't even send these things to me.
If your best friend is sending you those things, why are you calling her your best friend? Best friends are supposed to like be like shock absorber. Like all things come and then she doesn't send you. And tell her not to send you those things.
But she has been there.
She receives them, reads, and be like, by the way, no, don't worry about it. They're saying nice things.
So I told her that. I was like, just don't mind them. Let's just fight the good fight. And I think that's one thing I kept on telling my supporters. Anytime I would talk to them, I'll tell them, oh, let's just fight the good fight. Let's not mind the negativity and all. I mean, I am where I am today, and I believe that is because of my positivity and embracing who I am.
Okay, while we've been to Biemutakola, Biemalimukola, Nekatingo Bulamu bwakyuse, you guys are wearing crowns, and it's more than the physical crown versus the crown mu buntu. You understand? So Gwenga crown eri gye walina before as a person, as a girl who believes in herself and wants to achieve big, versus the physical crown. Yes, where is the line? Yes.
So obviously before I came for the pageant, I wasn't the most outspoken person. Like, public speaking was a bit difficult, not the best for me. Even the confidence was there, but not as much. But at this point, so many girls are looking up to you. You can't fail them. You can't. So you have to look for every possible way to wake up and do what you need to do. It doesn't matter how bad yesterday was. It doesn't matter how good yesterday was. Wake up and show your best face. Like, I'm here to take this. I'm here to take up space. I'm here to bring change. I'm here to speak on behalf of the people who can't speak for themselves. So Lamo Bootcamp, I think my biggest takeaway was public speaking, the confidence, just going out and doing what you need to do.
It's true.
And also being confident in what you are, who you are, and believing. Definitely, God has been my biggest and my biggest pillar of strength during the entire journey. And I remember during prejudgment, they asked me, where do you see yourself in 5 years? So we had to meet the judges before the finale, one-on-one. And I remember saying, I want to be married in the next 5 years, married with children, And then the other one was hopefully being Miss Uganda 2024, 2025. The other one was also, my business as well. I see myself employing maybe about 10 plus people. You know, the business has grown and all of that. So, of course, with that, I do desire marriage, definitely. I'm thankful to God that my dream came to pass for Miss Uganda.
You got married?
No.
I'm kidding.
I'm saying Miss Uganda came to pass.
I'm kidding.
But I hope maybe in the next 5 years, I hope to be married with children. And then the business as well. Of course, one of the main issues facing Uganda is youth unemployment, especially with the youth. So you're trying to address that issue as well, to see that even in your business, you're employing at least a couple of people without they're able to become financially stable. And even in this position, having graduated or having my own business, I want girls to look at me and say, oh, Miss Uganda graduated, she has a degree, in a business, but you copy, so I think, that's what I would say.
Okay, all right. The crown, self-confidence and knowing who you are. You've said later that I know who I am, I know the things I can do and those that I can't do. Kakati yawo, physical crown yen, nearly totally visible. Where is the line for you?
Okay, so you know the crown is actually beautiful. Like you like to appear and then, you know, have it on. But also the public already knowing that you're a beauty queen. So the crown, even if it's still on your head or not, the crown is, I feel it's in the heart. The things that you're going to do, the transparency is going to inspire people. At this point, like Miss Uganda has said, there are a lot of young girls out there that are looking, you know, up to us. I open my socials and I find, oh, pride of West Nile, pride of Terego district, and I'm like, wow, when I would get here.
Support,
So the people looking up to us out there, also the girls, and they'll be like, I'll take part in the pageant. What can you tell me? What can you tell, you know, us? And then they'll be, of course, wanting to, can I have your number? I want to meet you one-on-one. Can I take you? You know, like, so the physical crown is beautiful. But I believe the invisible crown is something that speaks louder than the physical crown. So what you do, what are you saying that is bringing, you know, change in your community?
Does it also mugede nogamati mu myaka 5 ejija masawo zenga Miss Uganda nirabanga nina abana fumbira nofumbirwa business ngekuze nokusinga wano weri naye omuna Uganda ali alaba gamba bana abawala abalungi ba beauty pageants abo kwegamba life is like so much about the emilimo career, you know, career oriented, and you know, doing everything. Nainga see relationship or see fumbo for that matter. Kati kumyaka jino joliko nogamba ati mu myaka ejijja nze nsuubira okubanga chikuzamu amaanyi nogamba osobola ukikola like olazadde bonga bali together for this long waliwo ebintu byewegomba about, you know, do you love kids? By the way, like, because abantu abasinga even like bwatuuka myaka ejiri agamba it doesn't chaso njagala kola, I don't want to get married, I don't want to, until it's like late and I go, by the way, kanowa boda janja
so of course nshabira ku bazadde bange, but even that mukulu wange, the one before me, she got married I think the year before I left Uganda. So it's been about maybe 4 or 5 years now. So, and she's very, very close to me. Banti, you know, she's been able to do that. So I look up to her a lot when it comes to that. And she has 2 children now. And I love the way she's been able to carry that out. So everything is going well. And yes, I've been able to look at her in a different way, in a different light. And even with that, I was able to see like the nurturing side of her. Because I would go to her place, spend some like the weekend there. You take care of my niece, my nephew. The whole process was very enjoyable. So even I can't wait to be a mom, you know, to just be able to do that. So it was very inspiring to look at her in that light. But besides that, of course, I don't want to get to that point where you're desperate. So So yeah, this is something I would definitely want to see happen for me soon. And as of course, sometimes people say career, I mean more, da 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 da.
But we've seen married women who are like married,
and I feel like I would be able to do that even better with someone there to support me and walk me through that entire journey. And of course, for my children to also look up to me. Hopefully, my daughter will say, "I want to be Miss Uganda." So,
that is sweet. Okay, that's wonderful. Okay, Letara.
In 5 years to come, of course, I hope to be done with school. And you know, they say learning never stops. So keep on pushing, make sure you get the master's, you get the PhD, all of that. And I also see myself, of course, with a partner and with my business, you know, successful and doing a lot for my community, helping out and keeping that, wanting the younger generation to look at me as a role model. So imagine a role model that, you know, is married, has a beautiful family, she runs her own business, and she has a beautiful heart. She gives back to her community. So that is what I look for.
Okay. Mubino byonna, I think tuyinera okwekuumira utula Miss Uganda. Tulina okulaba okumanya nti she's exposed. Aina bintu byasoma, she's aware. She takes notice of she's aware of like her surroundings and everything. Mwekumira otya mukumanya kulaba nti waliwo social injustices, waliwo ebintu byenetaaga okwogerako, waliwo okugamba ebintu birina okumanya nga nze Miss Uganda. So mwe ekyo kyenjagala okubuuliza nti we keeping otya nga omanyi like mukumanya. You understand? It's informed.
Of course, you have to keep up with the news or newsletters. You have to keep watching. Maybe if it's news stations, keep doing that. Listening into the radio. Of course, social media now is like the biggest platform you get the most information from. So taking advantage of that. Even when we just found out about what had happened in Chitezi, I remember posting it on my social media and just creating awareness that it had happened, and just, you know, letting them know that we're praying for them. We have them in our considerations. And so just doing your best to keep informed in every area. If it's sports, recently I think it's Peru who won a medal during the Olympics. So keeping informed in every way that you can, and letting the people know about every situation that happens.
That you're with them,
that you're with them, you're present. Of course, even besides that, international representation, doing your best to represent Uganda in every nation that you can. I was fortunate enough to meet Miss World 2023 and 2024 just over the weekend. So I remember I did post a video of her speaking Luganda, and you know, she spoke about her experience in Uganda. So it was just enjoyable to see that. And interestingly, Uganda was her first African country to visit. So you're obviously trying to push the message forward. And she told me she visited Makshon Falls. So besides letting people know about the hospitality Uganda has, and even tourism, we're trying to focus on that. I would say my very own place, Kabale, there's Lake Munyonyi. There's a lot you can do there, but that's the main aim, just pushing the message forward and representing Uganda internationally, just letting the people know to come and visit Uganda.
I know. Okay, that's where tourism is taking us, of course, and you have a role to play. We're looking at Miss Uganda going for Miss World. Nachogenda kubochogera kwa anticipation, preparations and all. Tugenda umulamu katono, tujja koma we tukoma out trankenele tarongo tugamba experience, and then tuyongere yo maso tova. Kino kyaffe ekisembayo bannange, abaana bano tubate bagenda tubakole emirimu gy'eggwanga bate batugamba walinga nti nga bwe munalaba abakulembeze. You understand? Abakulembeze balonda mu parliament bagenda aba presenting mu parliament. Ne bano nabo bakulembeze mu society zaffe ze tulimu. Yes, in our different communities. Miss Uganda bagenda ne bakola outreaches, ne bakola volunteer work, ne balaba ebintu ebyetago kubeera address mu society ng'abaana abadde ba autism, abaana bali ku street, abali ku nguudo, abatalina mirimu, ne babazaamu amaanyi, abaana bafuna embuto nga bato, abawala, kugamba bintu bingi ebiri mu society ebisobola okubanga bano bagattako ettafaali oba ne babeera eddoboozi lyabo abatalina ddoboozi. Nsonga nsubire nkyogedde bulungi. Yes, nga tunawumula twogedde ku information, to keep informed, then tugende ku Miss World. Yes.
How I'm keeping informed is engaging more with people in my community. There is the social media part of it all, where, you know, everything reaches you even when you're just in your bed. You get to see like what is happening on the social medias, but also getting to know like those little things that are happening in your community. That is by engaging with your community, going out to the community and finding out like, oh, what are the problems people are facing here, and just finding out ways to know like how you can help people of that particular community. Also sometimes people in the communities are reaching out to the leaders in the community, or you just like go directly to the leader, let's say the chairperson, and then find out, oh, how is your community? Let's talk about the community. What are the things that are happening, and how can I come in, you know, as a beauty queen and stand for the community. Yeah. Okay, thank you so much for your submission, guys. Okay, we look at Miss World. What are your expectations? How are you prepared? Are you anxious? You can't wait to meet the other, you know, beauty queens from all over the world.
Of course. I've been doing my best to get prepared. From Miss Uganda, Karema, Miss World Africa, so of course Bampa would tipsy, no so they ran me through the program to Kolachino, there's this and this activity. But of course the main takeaway idea, you know, Kusomanyo, you know, research, but besides that, I'm looking forward to it. So definitely you have to go with your project, the heart of Miss World, beauty with a purpose. So angeza kwa kuzimba ku project eyo kulaba ati wembantu seyo, well, there's something I can show. Nakoze chino lechino, twakoze chino lechino, but we introduced this, you know, something different.
I think we're going to be documented.
Of course, we're going to be documented. Yes, just to represent that. Nafe tufuna omukisa blue crown tujiretewa kayo.
I just so woka.
So sawa mukama nyambe, the same God who got me here, the same God who get me there.
We wish you all the best, my goodness. And somehow Miss World knows a little bit, is it a bit different from Miss Uganda?
Okay, Miss Uganda does its best to emulate the same thing, like how they have top model, talent. What else do they have? Basically the same things, really. Almost the same classes that we've had. Sports, almost the same classes we had in Miss Uganda is what you will find in Miss World. So it's not very different. Just that now here you are 28 or 26, but now you're there. You're like 100+ girls,
and you're representing
your country by yourself.
Whole country.
So you know, kurana nyoti bakulaba Uganda bajiraba chichokoze chicholete chipya. So that's, you have to do your best to fight for your space. Or but again, tinange ndiwano. Africa, don't undermine it. You don't undermine Uganda. So you do your best to push yourself forward, or even you there recognizing you somehow, somewhere.
Okay. Tugere ku your role models. Wagame, you know, role model. One of your role models is Michelle Obama. If you zingina kutandikira Miss World, if you met Michelle, what would you tell her in 1 minute?
What would I tell her?
Katika kwa kujukize muko. Ono judge no mulaba kujukiza muko. The issues facing Uganda right now, we've been to everybody will be money. Social injustices, the problems here and there, girls, women, unemployment, everything put together in a bubble. You know what's happening. So if you met Michelle, just umubuza wagambi, she's calling you to say hello. Tada.
Oh my gosh. First of all, unbelievable.
I'll put you on a spot.
Okay. But hopefully that it does come true that I'll be able to meet her. I would definitely share with her how impactful she's been in my life, and also seeing her as what she does. She's a human rights activist, definitely, and also she does a lot of empowerment for the girl child, for the women. I remember she started up her own foundation just to encourage girls to things like stay in school, finish school, take on those leadership positions, take on those leadership roles and all of that. So I definitely thank her for how inspiring she's been to me, and I would love to work with her. So I'd find a way to definitely put something out there so we can work together, build something good for the future generations and those to come.
Mini toji mazeko. Wonderful. Later, what are your role models?
My role model. I have 2 role models. That's Malala Yousafzai and Hilda Bassi. Hilda Bassi because of, you know, her cooking.
Yes.
Oh my God, I love her cooking.
She's Nigerian.
Yeah,
that's
she's
Nigerian lady, chef. Okay.
Yeah. And for Yousafzai Malala she really inspires me with how she's really stuck to. I have to make sure that the girls are educated. She's done everything. She's even gotten attacked before, and you know, like if you look at her face, you know there is like something wrong. She's gotten attacked, but she said, no, I'm not going to stop this. I'm going to make sure that the girls get education. And she's doing that not only in Pakistan, but she's trying to spread it everywhere. So she really inspires me, because I would love to see that all girls go to school and do something with their education. Yeah, I love the fact that you guys are looking up to fellow women for inspiration and all. And it's okay, of course, to have male, role models who are males and all, but it's okay even to have like females. And I believe uchakubayo mwano abana abamu future myaka etano nga bagamba, who are your role models? Natasha Nyonyozi, Taro Priska, and you know, because why? Yeah, because they've done things and you know ngatubirabako. Wow. Okay, so future plans tuzitunulire tutya mwe mukulaba. What are your plans? Wazimbulideko ko naye, is there anything like in regards to projects, in regards to work?
Of course, besides autism, I think by the time I crown the next queen, I would want to see that I brought change, like not just any type of change, transformational change, a huge change, especially when it comes to that, say, education and health sector, like I said earlier. Additionally, to see that the girl child is being more enrolled in school, you know, reducing on the rates of the dropouts of girls in school, empowering the youth, you know, if it's through skilling them to do something for themselves. You know, sometimes you graduate but you don't have a job, you're going to sit at home with your degree, but if you have that skill, you can always monetize it. You know, you can find a way to make that money somehow and sustain yourself. But yeah, that would be mainly it, honestly.
Okay, well, thank you.
And of course, Miss World, you know, and love Ugandans to keep pushing and keep supporting, because I think one of the things that we lacked the most in the previous years was support. You know, you need your own people to keep pushing.
I know. Back home,
like back home,
yes,
it keeps you going. It means a lot, definitely. And even Miss World is able to see, okay, she has people backing her up. Nice. So by the time they give you the crown, they know they've not made a mistake. Yeah. So Ugandans, please, please support me. It's not very far, and but thank you so much for how far we've come now.
Okay. Litaru, waliwo abaana abatawangula, of course, but then you've said like in the boot camp waliwo ebintu bingi nnyo byebayigiriza mugambye public speaking, gym, health and everything. Naye ogolooza bano abaana abatawangudde, what should they take home?
One, I would advise everyone to look at the platform that Miss Uganda gives. Well, for me personally, when I was coming for the contest, I didn't really look at, I have to get that crown. Do you get? At some point you look at it and you're like, oh my God, I have to get that crown because that's why I am here.
Of course.
But then you have to like have an open mind, and then you think about, okay, if I don't win, then what happens? So you just have to like have that mindset that tells you that if you do not win, how are you going to, what's your life going to be after this? So me, I've since the beginning of this looked like the platform that Miss Uganda gives. Even when I was asking for permission from my dad to take part in the contest, I told him this will give me a platform. My business could flourish, and I could get that platform, and I speak and people will listen to me. So I'd advise everyone that did not win a title, or we did not get, there was supposed to be one queen at the end of the day, but being a Miss Uganda finalist is an achievement. And I would advise everyone that did not win to use their platform. And you just never know, like get started, you just never know how fate will take you.
Okay. Gakisanja chiwedde. Natasha ngozizzayo that crown, and also Letaru ngozizzayo that crown of Miss Uganda West Nile. What happens after? Are you guys ready for that phase? Are you ready for it?
Yeah, I think I'll get ready with time.
I know. But have you thought about it? Like, what next? Okay, for Natasha Nyonyozi after the crown.
After passing it on, njagala kulaba nti waliwo ebyamakulu byenkoze. Kitegeera. Like by the time I pass away, bagamba, twali tulina Miss Uganda 2024 yatukolera kino, you know, physical things that they can see and testify. So that's what I definitely hope to leave behind. And I don't know, in whatever way that I can inspire, I will do that.
But life doesn't end when the crown is like, so when you've passed on, power to another
you keep
person.
going, you keep building yourself as a person, you keep trying to achieve greater heights in every way that you can. Who knows, I might go and contest for MP somewhere, somehow.
Youth councillor.
You never know. I might go and take up a position in parliament.
Yeah.
So, I'm looking all the way up.
Study law.
I don't know about law, but I would want to get my master's for sure.
Of course.
So I'm also looking at that.
Yeah. Oh, lava. Okay. Then Letaru, what do you think?
3 titles is big. We haven't talked about Miss Elite, but Miss Elite is an international pageant whereby, of course, it's like Miss World, where like they're going to be girls from different countries. And this happens in Egypt. We're all going to represent our countries.
Yeah, I was going to ask you guys about that. Last year they sent someone to Egypt. It was, I think, Miss Elite.
Miss Elite.
Yes. And this year I wanted to ask, are they going to do the same thing?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, okay.
I'm actually traveling to Egypt to represent Uganda on the 2nd, and I'll be there for 2 weeks. So I'm also asking for Ugandan support. Everything possible, if it's voting, if it's cheering me online, because I'll need that cheerleading as well. Imagine being in a crowd and then no one is screaming Uganda, but at least at the back of your mind, I have like my countries behind me. And also it's an international pageant bringing about tourism to Egypt and also empowering girls. What pageantry does, empowerment. So it's all about that. And Miss Uganda was now, I have never taken that lightly. The love that I've gotten from my region is a lot. Like, you just be scrolling on TikTok or maybe on social media, and then you find our princess, Pride of Terego. And I'm like, wow, this is so cute. We love you, West Nile loves you. So I look at that and I'm like, okay, so how am I going to pay back to these people? Like you want to keep that going. So I'm going to do everything that I have to do and make sure that they continue to see me as that princess that they want, as that leader. So I'm going to do everything that I have to do. I can't state it all, but everything that a leader is supposed to do in her society, I am going to do it. And work hand in hand with people where I'm from, Uganda at large, and make sure that I leave a positive impact, so that even when the younger girls that want to join these, follow our footsteps, join, they'll be like, oh, I want to follow that legacy and I want to keep her legacy going.
Okay. We wish you all the best, guys. It's well done that you're representing Uganda, and then well done that you're representing Uganda soon. And I call upon Ugandans, please let's support these ladies. Let's support the cause in ways we can support. Of course, social media. We're going to be active posting the works they have done and everything, and we'll be present. Never to be the kitchen, support the traitor kumeza banange. Okay. Ebintu ebikyuse nga temunafuna ngule zino ze mwina. Waliwo ebintu bimali mukola nga temukyabikola nga mugana edda kati sikyasobola kuyimirira kula Rolex. Sikyasobola kugenda maybe to take whatever, maybe I don't know, anything that can look a bit in the public eye. So waliwo ebintu ebikyuse mu bulamu bwamwe, Natasha?
Sinyo.
Yeah.
I promise.
It must be a lot.
Sinyo. Why we choose it, but not so much. Because even then, before Nadine called and Naila business, so even as a responsible person, there were still some things you can't say. So still, I'm just carrying that on, of course, with more responsibility, with more value. But even then, of course, you can't be seen just looking anyhow, anywhere.
Of course.
You always have to keep looking nice, neat, well kept. Anything else?
Doesn't that come as demanding? Like sometimes don't you feel that pressure? Do you get overwhelmed with stuff? Because there is work, there is outreaches, there is taking care of yourself, your business. I think you get used to it with time. There's a way you're able to manage everything somehow. Of course, at the beginning it might not be easy because it's not something you've done before. But when you ease into it, somehow it becomes easier. Okay. And so can you stand and buy a Rolex?
Somebody.
I still love Rolex though, so I'm
Yeah, you said that. But
I could make it from home.
You can.
Yeah, because I remember even when I was in the UK, my friends, my housemates, they were Nigerian, Ghanaian, and also Congolese. So I always used to make them Rolex, and they loved eating the Rolexes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've learned how to make them on my own. I will make from home.
Now you're so good at making them.
Hey.
You're like, watch this chocolate.
Just chocolate. Yeah, but I think then besides that, we also had eating etiquette classes. So yeah, we're told the different forks to use, the knives and all of that. So even that has changed. You don't just go and eat anyhow.
The knife is in nobody's hand.
So yeah.
Yeah? Oh, are you okay? How did they teach you how to eat?
I'm trying to hold a fork.
Okay, so what has changed?
Okay, I'll start with what you were saying, like the businesses and everything. I believe that, I think one of the most important things that I've done growing up is embracing. When you embrace everything around you, I feel like when you embrace it in your mind, it's also like easy. So you're able to divide yourself. So you have my work, I have school, I have this. So you program, and then you follow that. Nothing has really changed so much, apart from like there's now a bigger, you know, there's the public is looking at you and everything. And of course the valuable lessons that we learned during boot camp, dressing with grace, poise, like all those things. So people look at you and they're like, she's not been around. For those who have not been watching, she's not been around, but she's different. She's dressing differently, she's walking differently, and she's acting differently. So the things that we learned, we don't of course want to trash them. We want to, you know, embody and then at least show the foundation that we picked a leaf from the time that we have spent together, and also not put their work into waste. So you try to like embody everything that they've been teaching us, and you also use myself. I also see a change. I'm like, hey, Queen, I would never sit like this on a normal or talk like this. Yeah. So there's a lot of lessons that we have learned, and we are embodying and trying to, you know, you embrace it, authenticity. So it just becomes part of you.
Yeah, it does. I can see you guys. Okay, if young person out there watching NTV ne Spark TV nga talina mulimu okumuwa sente n'okumuwa skill golooza bandimuwadde ki?
Bandimuwadde skill for sure.
Okay, lwaki?
Because that's something they're going to keep for the rest of their lives. So whether they decide to start a business, they're always going to make money. That's something that won't go away. With your hands, yeah, you can always create something and make the money. So instead of giving them the money, you never know what they'll do with it. Maybe they'll waste it. So come a skill, achige, abamani chidi. So you make the money from there and do whatever else you want.
Okay.
Look at it this way. If I found you out there and I'm like, you need to start up something because I know you're in need, but then I just give you, let's say, like $1 million, and then I don't know what you're going to use it for, how you're going to like spend it, what are you going to invest in, it becomes useless. But if I get to talk with you and then I know you love to cook, so what am I going to do? I'm going to make sure that you get cooking skills that are going to make you have an open mind, and then you're going to say, let me start up a business, say, let me start up like a chicken wings business, how you're going to operate and everything. So you program it, and then you know where to invest your money. You know, investment is big, you get a lot of profits.
Yes. Omulaibu waffe omulungi hey, abaana no bali trained bulungi naye ng'ogyeko ekyokutraininga bo abaana bagezi ate kye balimu bakyagala, and I think nabo bennyininyini bavunaanyizibwa era olaba ebintu byeboogera nabyo byamagezi nnyo. Okay, wano mbadde ngenda okugenda the next phase. Yes, mbadde njagala babuuzaayo obugambo obusembayo and what you would like to tell Ugandans right now in this moment. Gy'andibadde ki Miss Uganda?
So of course I'd like to start by thanking Miss Uganda Foundation. I wouldn't be in this place if it wasn't for the foundation, you know, if it wasn't for Mama. So thank you so much for everything we've been able to learn. There's been so many takeaways. You know, you're not the same. You'll never be the same. So thank you for that. Definitely thank you to my parents. They've been my biggest support system, you know, encouraging me throughout, telling me you can do it. And I remember them telling me, even though you don't bring it home, we're still proud of you.
We still love you.
I still love you.
They will look at you like this.
But yeah, my friends, I've had my friends that have really been there for me throughout, my family, my siblings, they've done such a great job. My campaign managers, they made sure.
Should take them out.
I know, right?
They made sure my face was everywhere, my name was everywhere. So they've done such a great job. Thank you to all my supporters. I didn't only have Bachiga supporting me. Literally, so many other people from different parts of Uganda were behind me. So thank you very much for loving me, for believing in me. But besides that, of course, I'll thank Uganda generally. I'm glad and honored to be in this position, and I hope to, you know, have, of course I'll come with a heart of service, but I hope it's service that will be transformational, you know, something new, something different, and I hope, you know, it's something that you appreciate, of course. You know, by the time I leave, you say, like, you keep referring back to 2020 na Miss Uganda, or 2024. So, yeah. But of course, I'm calling upon your support for Miss World, and by God's grace, we'll bring the blue crown.
Nice. Okay, better.
Well, I'll start by saying thank you, Uganda. Thank you, West Nile, the great West Nile region. I've really gotten so much love from there. Sometimes I'm like, okay, how is it going to be when I go back? I'm like, will I still be that ordinary girl that puts on, you know, sandals and everything? But thank you so much for the support. It was really very cute to see everything that, you know, happened in this time. Seeing West Nile come all, you know, together, united, and showing love to one person was such. It was too much for me to even like believe it. But thank you so much. I also call upon your support for the upcoming pageant that is going to happen, Miss Elite, starting on the 2nd of September. Please, 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 I ask for your support to follow up on social media for anything that requires voting. Please vote for me, vote for Uganda. I mean, I'm going to represent Uganda. And if there was one thing that I would say or tell Ugandans out there is to inspire the young girls and also encourage them to believe in their dreams, because that is the reason as to why I'm here today. My determination has been fueled by inspirations, and people are inspiring me to like take on things that I want to do. So support the young girls out there and help them to achieve their goals.
Okay, wow, well done, well done. The last things, someone just sent a question. I was going to read it, but then I was like, okay, let me just say it to you guys. With the current trend, young women want to be taken care of. Young women are entitled, be it in families, in relationships, in marriage, and everywhere. Now, you guys are here inspiring young girls abali ku TV right now batulaba. Muri mu beauty pageant eno jimbaddemu. You won Miss Uganda, you won Miss Elite, and apart from that, many businesses alaze mukola. Abawala bano tubagambe chimumbuli, just please tell them, look into the camera and tell them something that can okugamba okubazaamu amaanyi nabo babeewo kye bayikolera ku myaka gino gye muliko.
I would definitely say, number one, believe in yourself. Believe in yourself, and confidence is key, you know. Sometimes you might not even be saying the most sensible things, but because you're confident, it makes sense. So people love being around someone that's confident, someone that, you know, believes in themselves. So keep around positivity, definitely. You know, just ignore the naysayers, keep around positivity, keep pushing yourself as a person. Look at yourself, always envision yourself 5 years from now. What do I want to be? Who do I want to be? Where do I want to be? And make sure to follow the steps that lead you there. If there's some things you need to cut off, some people you need to cut off, do exactly that. But most importantly, walk with the fear of God. God needs to be your friend like this. So make sure to believe in God, always trust in God, and pray to God. The same way He answered my prayer or my prayers is the same way He will do for you. So believe in yourself. Stay in school, of course. You know, an educated woman is an empowered woman, you know, so it makes sense to always be educated, stay informed, and most importantly, I love you, I believe in you, so believe in yourself. You can do anything you put your mind to.
That's beautiful.
It's the young girls out there, set your goals and set your boundaries. Once you set your goals up in your mind you have already, you know, stated it like, I want this, I want that. So what are you going to do? You're going to work towards the things that you have set your goals to. So another thing is once you start up on something, one thing I'll say is consistency is key. Oh my God. Of course, there'll be times whereby you reach and you'll be like, even with my own business, I'll reach and I'm like, is it making sense? I even had to ask people, is it making sense? Does it make sense to you? So you reach those points and you'll ask yourself, is it making sense? Self-doubt, but what do you do? Consistency is key. So just keep consistent and you just never know how far it will take you. Yes.
And I hope that's a beautiful message, guys. Thank you, Natasha. Thank you, Letaro. We appreciate those beautiful words from beauty queens who have like been on the big stages and they are going to even bigger stages. Letaro is going to Egypt to represent Miss Elite in that competition, and Natasha is going to represent Uganda in the Miss World competitions. Banange to supporting and one of the ways we can support is social media. And what else? I think social media mainly. It's okay, we can come buy tickets and go to
Uganda Airlines.
Yes, where is it going to be? Miss Uganda.
Right now,
Miss World.
Right now it's proposed as India, but it could change. But for now it's India.
Okay, we chukira bwe tugula ticket, it's fine. By the way. All right, tugenda basibulira wano bannange mwebale nnyo okulaba program eno, but don't forget to even scan the QR code on your screen and tell us, share your thoughts. Yes, many of you sent us the thoughts of like, banamuleta Miss Uganda, bring Miss Elite, bring Miss Uganda, you know, and they're here banange kasubire bebogedde bona bambi mwina byemufunyemu kati mumanyi amakulu agali mu Miss Uganda n'emirimu gye bakola bonga bo. Tubasibulire wano banange tugenda kukola kali small simple okay, bye bye guys, we love you, God bless you. Mwah.
Bye.
Yay.
Wow.